Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you an easy KDP book niche idea that you can start as soon as today and start creating what some would say passive income. And that's because once your book is up on Amazon, it'll be there essentially forever. And once it starts making sales, it can keep making sales month after month, long after the work to create the book was initially done. And the best part about this is that these books are relatively easy to make, so it's a great way for beginners to start publishing books on Amazon KDP. All you're gonna need is Wi-Fi and a laptop, and by the end of this video, you're gonna have a strong understanding of how to find and create profitable books on Amazon. So if you're a beginner looking to make an income online and start a side hustle, or you're just looking to get into a new niche, well then this video is for you. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So what are we talking about today? Well, today that would be the flamingo coloring book niche. Now, the very first thing that you want to do when you're publishing on Amazon KDP is always going to be your niche research. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean finding out if the topic or the category that you're looking into is going to be something that's worth it and worth pursuing, and something that's profitable and can ultimately make you money. In other words, this is called validating a niche or niche validation. So basically, you want to make sure that there's enough people interested in your niche and that it's not too competitive. So here I am on Amazon, and I did a search for flamingo coloring book. And the very first thing that you're going to see is this purple bar on my screen. And what this is called Titans Quick View. And it comes from Self-Publishing Titans, and it helps you with your niche research as well as your keyword research and more. So if you head on over to the Chrome web store and you make that search for Self-Publishing Titans just like this, you're going to find these two extensions. Now you can install both of these. It'll help you with your niche research as well as your keyword research, and these are both free. So feel free to go ahead and use them because I use them every single day, and it'll give you the same type of information that you're seeing on my screen so you can follow along. So some of the information that it gives you is a niche score right here. It also gives you the total results because Amazon right here, when it gets over 1,000 search results, will not actually give you the exact number of results. It also gives you the exact match, which basically means how many books are using this exact keyword in their title, how many books are KDP books right here, and information on the bestsellers ranks, the reviews, and the price when it comes to the averages, the lows, as well as the highs. But the very first thing that I look at when I'm doing niche research is always going to be the search results. And right here, we're seeing 325 results. Now, when I'm trying to find a niche and one that's potentially profitable, I'm going to be looking for three specific things. Number one, I'm going to be looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less results, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high. Number two, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are selling, which means that there is some type of demand for this niche. And then number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by the plugin that I'm using that has a score of 50 and higher. So with the search results being 325, that's well below the 1,000 that I'm looking for. So that satisfies my first step. So that is a good starting point. Now, the next part, step 2, is going to be going through this first page and seeing if there are 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. And the way that I do this is I'm going to go row by row. And so on this first row, I'm going to hover over these books, and with the extension that I'm using from Self-Publishing Titans, it allows me to see some of this information at a glance. And so with this first book right here, the first thing that I look at is this publisher section right here, and I'm seeing that it says independently published. And so this is telling me that this is a KDP book. So this is a book that I want to look at and check its bestsellers rank. Now I see that it has a 270,000 bestsellers rank. So this is a book that satisfies my step 2. Now I'm gonna look for 2 more books just like this. The next book right here also says independently published and it has a bestsellers rank of 369. However, that's a little bit too high for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next book. The next book right here says independently published under publisher and it has a bestsellers rank of 189,000. So this is book number 2 that satisfies my step 2. And now we just need to look for 1 more. The book next to it under publisher, you can see it does not say independently published, which means this is not a KDP book and this is not a book that we're directly competing with. So this is not a book that will go towards our step 2. So we just move on. This book right here is independently published. However, it has a bestsellers rank that is 972,000. So this does not satisfy my step 2. Now we go to the next row. So this row right here is not really part of the search rankings. This is a customers mention area right here. So let's keep moving on to this where it says more results. Now this book right here is independently published, meaning it is a KDP book. And it has a bestsellers rank of 126,000. So this is book number 3. And now my step 2 has been satisfied. However, I also like to look through the rest of this first page to see how many more books are selling well and how many more books satisfy my step 2. This book right here is ranked at 283,000. So that's another book. This one right here is at 79,000. This book right here, 141,000. This book right here, 281,000. So we can see there are several more books that satisfy the step 2, which just gives me more confidence that there is potential for this niche. And with a niche score of 58, this is above the 50 that I'm looking for. So this niche right here, the flamingo coloring book niche, satisfies all 3 of my requirements, which is telling me that there is potential for profit in this niche. So why don't we go ahead and look at one of these books as an example to look deeper into this niche and take a look at how these interiors look like. So let's take a look at this book right here. This is a flamingo coloring book for adults titled Flamingo Gifts. We can see this book has a ranking of 79,000, so that's pretty good. It has a 4.6 out of 5 rating and 14 ratings overall, published last year, August 12, 2023. Has a price point of $7.99, which is what I would say the normal price range for this type of book. I've seen them at $5.99 and I've seen them go as high as $10.99 plus. And so it really depends what you want to try as your price point, but I'm just letting you know that this is the typical price point that I see for these types of books. So this book is a fairly short book. It has only 60 pages, which is telling me that it has about 25 to 30 coloring images, and it has a size of your typical 8.5 by 11 inch coloring book. Now, before we look at the interior here and the sample, let's go ahead and look at this graph, which I always like to look at when I'm doing niche research, because this is going to tell me the historical bestsellers rank of this book. So this one right here is showing the last 30 days. Let's go back 90 days and then 6 months. As we can see, the graph has been relatively stable. There are periods where it is selling well when it goes down, and then periods where it's not selling as well when it goes up. But overall, we can see that there is a relatively straight line on this graph. And let's go back to 1 year. We can see this portion of the year did pretty well, which was around November, late November, up until early January. So this is part of Q4, which I'm not surprised because a lot of books do very, very well in Q4. And so I would be interested to see how well this does this Q4. Now let's go ahead and look at the sample. So here is the cover. We can see a little bit of coloring elements right here. And there's a flamingo and the book title. It's all very simple to create. We could actually create this right off of Canva, which is a free program. that I really love to use. And then here is the first page of the interior. As we can see, there is a pattern on the back. Here are 3 flamingos right here. Here is the second page. So some more birds here, more coloring patterns. As we can see, the entire page is taken up as a coloring image. So we have that pattern in the background. We have the flamingo right here, and then 3 more images here that are on the back cover. So this gives us more of an insight on the type of book this is. So if we want to compete with this book or create a book in this niche, then we have a little bit of inspiration of what is doing currently well. Now let's go ahead and try to see if there's any A+ content with this book, and there is none. It will be somewhere right here, and I do recommend, highly recommend that everyone create A+ content for their book listings, because it allows you to add more information about your books that the sample just can't do properly. So if we check out this book right here and just scroll down, we're gonna see right here, this is called A+ content. And we can see that they've actually put a lot more information here, which just adds more to your book listing anyways, which can definitely boost your sales. But the biggest thing is that you can showcase more of your interiors, which they're doing right here. And my most favorite part is actually this part right here, this module where you can add more of your books. So this is just a great way to cross-sell and boost your sales without even trying that much, because this is really easy to make. A+ content is free. So if you want to learn how to create A+ content, especially with these modules right here, go ahead and click somewhere around this video, or I'll link the video down in the description below for you to watch. Now, the one thing I love to do is actually go to the customer reviews and read the reviews. And so we can see right here, this one says, I love to color, love my coloring book. I also love flamingos. I will be taking it to Florida. So that's a great review. However, I don't really go for the 5 stars, the 4 stars. I try to look for 3 stars and below, mainly because this is going to tell me where, if I made a book, where I could improve it compared to this publisher. And so this one right here says cute, very cute, but lower quality pages material, buy on sale, nice gift. So this is a good review for a competitor. However, with the quality pages, we don't really have control over that, because Amazon will just use whatever paper they want to use. And unless you want to up the print quality and up your book price, most publishers are not going to mess with this. And so this is not really something that we need to worry about when it comes to reviews. However, I will say you should really check out the customer reviews, because sometimes they're going to have reviews that you can take advantage of, especially when it comes to the interior of the book. For example, I went to a random book in this niche and I found a review right here. So this one says, not as many different pictures. This book has too many kaleidoscope pages without different content. So basically, this is one way where you can differentiate yourself and take advantage of this publisher by creating a book that has more variety. For example, this one has way too many kaleidoscope pages, so you can create ones with less kaleidoscope and with other types of pages. And so if you're seeing the same types of reviews that have the same types of complaints, really take that into consideration. Now let's go ahead and take the bestsellers rank and plug it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making. So with the bestsellers rank of 79,725, this book is making about 4 sales a day, which is about 120 books per month. And if we add the royalty calculator, I've already added all of the details here. That's about $10 per day and $317 per month. Now, you might not think that's a lot of money, but you have to consider the fact that once you have your book up on Amazon, it's essentially going to stay there forever. And once your book starts selling, well, it can sell day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, without you really ever having to touch it again. And so $300 from a book a month and $100 here, $100 there, well, you can see how it can add up. And this is more of a realistic way to create income with Amazon KDP than to just go for those big hot sellers and try to make those big numbers. It's really a lot safer and a lot better if you create this type of income where you're making a few $100s per month from a book, but you have 100 to 200 books that are all doing the same. Now that we've validated this niche and know that there's some potential for profit here, the next step is how to create these types of interiors. So let me show you how I would do that. Now I'm here on Creative Fabrica, and I use this website a lot when it comes to KDP books and creating these interiors, mostly because they have a lot of resources, elements, graphics, fonts, and pretty much anything that I need and want to be able to create these types of interiors. So for example, they also have a KDP interior section where you can go ahead and make a search. So I searched flamingo coloring, and you can see there's 359 results that have been found. So if we look down the results here, we can see there's a lot of different types of flamingo coloring pages here. So I think you could easily find the type of interiors that you're looking for to create a book that you want. For example, this one right here is kind of a flamingo with the pattern inside, and you have all different types. You have more simple ones like this. You have these ones right here that look like they're more for kids. And we can just keep scrolling and finding more and more and more. So if you find something that you like, for example, let's say we like these ones right here, and we can see that it includes the commercial and full print on demand usage allowed right here. So we can go ahead and download it, and it's gonna give us right here all these files. It's gonna give us the PNG file, the JPEG file, PDF file, and some other file types. But the most important ones are going to be these two right here, the JPG file as well as the PNG file, because with these two files, we can go ahead and upload them onto a program like Canva to be able to customize them to our liking and create an interior that is more original. Now, if you're going to go the route of Creative Fabrica, my suggestion is to not download the 100% ready to be used and uploaded KDP interiors that you find here on Creative Fabrica, but instead use a couple of those interiors and images and mix it and match it with other types of interiors from different resources. So when you start doing this and you start adding in from different places, putting it into Canva and creating your own book, it becomes something that is much more original and something that's a little bit more unique. So you can avoid the issue of duplicate content when it comes to Amazon KDP, which is something that we don't want to run into, because there are a lot of people that are already using these exact interiors on Amazon KDP. So it's always a good idea to make edits, add elements, and mix up the interior so it doesn't look like the one that you downloaded from Creative Fabrica or frankly from any source that you get. So if you want to check out Creative Fabrica for yourself, I'll leave the link down below. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.